Good afternoon, this is the plane below Webb Peak, and I'm going to stop here and talk some anime. Wind permitting.
The Irresponsible Captain Tyler OVAs.
Irresponsible Captain Tyler was a sci-fi anime TV series with a light comedic touch from 1993. The year after the TV series ended, several sets of OVAs followed. The Right Stuff has released all these sets of OVAs in one single Tyler OVA Ultra collection. Each OVA set is on a different DVD. The first of these OVA collections came out shortly after the TV series and is complete in two 45-minute parts. This wastes no time reintroducing the futuristic spacefaring setting or reviewing the ongoing deep space conflict between the United Planets Space Force and the Holy Ralgan Empire. Nor does it explain the laid-back style of the title character, Justy Tyler, captain of the decrepit UPSF destroyer Soyokaze. Nor does it introduce its unruly crew, nor remind us of Tyler's past history with the Ralgan Empress Aslan. You're expected to have seen the TV series first and know who these characters are. So, this first OVA pair, titled Tyler's War, or An Exceptional Episode, picks up shortly after the TV series ended and involves the entire cast of the Soyokaze's crew and the Ralgan Empire's usual suspects again. The UPSF High Command again sends Tyler and his crew to the front lines on a special mission. Like the TV series, the exceptional episode is based on the light novels by Hitoshi Yoshioka, and the staff is mostly the same for the anime, including director Koichi Masumo, who also writes the script this time. The animation is slightly upgraded from the TV series. It has the same sense of strange action-comedy mix as the TV series as well, though Captain Tyler seems a tad less clueless this time around.
駆逐艦そよ風艦隊より離脱了解艦隊より離脱します
By the way, there are a couple of references in this exceptional episode to the 50s movie Roman Holiday. The point is that Audrey Hepburn plays a young princess who sneaks away from her palace for some incognito fun, which the debonair Gregory Peck is happy to provide. It's Aslan's wish, get it? By the way, it also happens to be a really nice romantic comedy, and they don't make them like that anymore. Back to the Tyler OVAs. Next, there's a 6-part series of 30-minute OVAs. We used to call this the LV series after their Laserdisc designations, or just the solo OVAs. Each OVA is based on a single character or a small group of characters from the original Tyler series, and they all take place mostly on the ground. The first OVA gives us a little bit of Aslan's background on her home planet, a sort of sentimental character story of Aslan's route. The next story gives us a solo for Kojiro, the Soyokaze's ace fighter pilot, that has him test piloting a new fighter for the UPSF. That starts off like Macros Plus, bumps into a destroyed space colony that could have been left over from an early Gundam series, and then borrows liberally from 12 O'Clock High and The Right Stuff. The movie, not the anime company. The third story stars Anderson and his fellow space marines of the Soyokaze as they train on some new combat mecha. It's light action fare. Finally, in the fourth story, Tyler finally shows up, and he has a planned Christmas rendezvous with Lieutenant Yuriko Starr, a return to the more character study side, but giving us more of Tyler's slacker personality. In the final two OVAs of this set, we finally pick up a bit of an ongoing storyline, as Yuriko Starr is assigned to find the cause of a missing space freighter. That story continues in the 6th OVA, this time concentrating on Lieutenant Yamamoto. It's sort of an action mystery story. By the way, in watching many of these planet-based stories, something amusing struck me. This is a sci-fi story of the far future, but it was made 15 years ago, so apparently, despite all the spaceships and flying cars, they still don't have cell phones. That's a common problem with a lot of older sci-fi stories. The problem with these OVAs is that most of them lack the title character, Captain Tyler, and the slacker humor he brings to these stories. They're all too darn serious. None of them would be out of place as a little side story or character study, but taken collectively, they're just not too much fun. Not surprisingly, these have a different director and screenwriter from the TV series and the exceptional OVAs that preceded it, and they bring a different touch to the stories. Lastly, there's a final two-part OVA, From Here to Eternity, which pulls the whole cast in. It takes off from the missing space freighter story that involved Lieutenant Yuriko and Yamamoto from the previous OVAs, but retells all the important points in case you hadn't seen the previous OVAs. And we get back out into space again.
You should get some rest, Your Highness.
Dome,
Yes.
will a day ever come when war has finally vanished from the universe?
As long as you wish it to come, Your Highness.
This final OVA is still Tyler light and short on a lot of the humor that was in the TV series. It's fair, but it's not exceptional. It also left the door open to further animated stories based on the light novels, but none were made after this. So overall, the first OVA pair, the exceptional episode, is still the best of the lot as far as I'm concerned, mostly because it's so much like the TV series, and I found it as entertaining as the TV series, so I would give that one 4 stars. The remaining OVAs aren't nearly as much fun, but each OVA offers something unique, so I give them 3 stars. Of course, they're all still must-see for Tyler fans. As I said at the start, these OVAs assume you know the characters from the TV series. They aren't an easy introduction to the Tyler universe. If you've never seen the TV series, the OVAs aren't a great place to start. The Right Stuff's DVD Ultra Tyler collection comes with a lot of extras. There are 2 booklets, including part 2 of a written Tyler story, continued interview with series director Koichi Mashimo. Unfortunately, like the OVAs, these booklets are part 2 to the booklets from the out-of-print DVD collection. The DVDs also include a set of music videos which have some original animations set to the original score for these OVAs.
Thanks for listening.